Hey nerds, and welcome to Supergirl, Theories and Conspiracies. I'm Brian from Good Nerd Bad Nerd. So this week on Supergirl, we had a pretty disappointing episode. Not much happened. It felt honestly like a filler episode, and that it was building, or at least trying to help build to what is going to be a big climax with just that little tease at the ending for what Cadmus was doing. Honestly, just the little hints of what Cadmus was doing was more interesting than all of the stuff with Jeremiah Danvers. But jumping into it, first, Jeremiah Danvers. Briefly talked about him before, but he's an original character to the show. He had not existed in the comics until recently, and that is since the Rebirth series started. So there's no hints there as to what's going on with him or what happened to him or the cybernetic arm or anything like that. But he's a clean slate. They can do whatever they want with him. That being said, he does raise one thing for me that is kind of a pet peeve of mine, and except for Wynn, everyone who's joined the DEO has become an amazing fighter regardless of why they joined the team. So Jeremiah Danvers originally joined the DEO because of his expertise with aliens. He's a doctor, and yet somehow he is a super skilled fighter that just the addition of the one robotic arm allowed him to take out John, and that seemed really far-fetched, and I had an issue with that. But, what can you do? But the most interesting stuff from this episode, like I said, came from Cadmus. And what did we see? So we had that mystery warship, we had that mystery device, and then kind of what is their end goal? We found out their end goal is to get rid of all aliens. And so in order to accomplish that, we saw a couple things. Moving backwards through what I listed, let's start with that device. What was that device? Now, I see two possibilities for it. One, that this is some sort of kind of meta-gene bomb or a gene bomb that is similar to what they did in the episode Medusa, where they had that kind of virus or poison that only targeted aliens. It's possible that they've kind of worked that into a bomb that they can use to detonate and get rid of all aliens in the city. That's one option, but what I think is actually more likely is that this is a power source for that ship we saw. They somehow were able to, if what we learned from Jeremiah is partially true and they did harvest that energy from Kara, they're using that to power the ship. I think that is a ship. They really wanted us to think it was a bomb. It's classic misdirection, but I think it's the power source for that ship, and so we'll see. But that ship, this is where we get to have a little fun with speculation. There are no storylines that I could find from, a quick search of databases about a Cadmus warship. But there is a Cadmus class ship, or there was a Cadmus class ship in the British Royal Navy. The HMS Cadmus was actually one of them. So you have this Cadmus class sloop. It's a small, fast ship. The Cadmus class generally had anywhere between 10 to 20 guns on it. Notable for the HMS Cadmus is that it set a record for its class and its size at its time, it was commissioned about 1903. So this is a while ago. This is just from the transition between sails to more steam and coal and other form of combustible engines, things like that. So it's interesting, but I mean, what about that can we grasp, or is it just a strange coincidence? But that ship was used mainly to protect the overseas British area, specifically the kind of naval passages. The ship and everything we know about Cadmus is probably going to be used in their minds to protect Earth. They think they're protecting Earth from aliens, so it makes sense in that regard that it's kind of got a similar operational standards. They're both ships about protecting, but outside of that, that's about the only thing I can put together. It's a stretch, I know, but it is interesting that there was a ship class out there that called the Cadmus and the HMS Cadmus. So, what did you guys think of the episode? Were you as disappointed as I was? But are you excited about what that ship means and what we can look forward to as the show progresses? So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and don't forget to check out my other shows. I have Theories and Conspiracies for Flash and also Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And until next week, guys, this has been Brian from Good Nerd Bad Nerd, and this has been Supergirl, Theories and Conspiracies.
you.